Why is it that Americans have tolerated the lack of choice in our presidential elections? People feel forced to vote for the candidate of one of the two major parties because they are afraid that if they vote for a third party candidate who reflects what they really believe, that they will at best be throwing their vote away, and at worst, in effect, increasing the likelihood of the candidate they really don't want winning. There are a number of systems: ranked choice voting, multiple choice voting. There are a lot of different details. But the bottom line is they free people up to have real choice. Now, the one thing the two major political parties are totally agreed on is that nobody else is going to get in the game but them. So these ideas are unlikely to be brought up in a bill in Congress by a member of either the Democrats or the Republicans. The idea is not going to be discussed by the Republican National Committee or the Democratic National Committee. But on this issue, both the right and the left, the people on the edges, have a lot in common, because no matter how much we may disagree on policies, we can agree that we should have the freedom and the right to vote for whoever we really want to vote for. And if you look back in American history, there is a long history of third-party candidates. Of course, the most recent examples, Ralph Nader in 2000 was roundly blamed by the Democrats for the loss of the election. But why did nobody get the message that maybe it's time to actually have a system where you can vote for who you really want to vote for? This is the thing that astounds me, that people have not said, maybe the system is the problem. Maybe this is a large change to the system that we need to make. For most people, this is not a possibility they have even contemplated or even thought about. There are a few groups working for this, but in the public consciousness, it's not a major issue. And it should be. It should be. If we pride ourselves as Americans that democracy is the defining characteristic of what we have, or one of the defining characteristics, do we have real democracy if we can't vote for who we really want? And of course, once you limit the choices to Democrats and Republicans and add in the fact that the dependence on money and how they can both be corrupted, it's very hard to have an effective check on that when you can't really vote for a third person who might not be corrupted by money. So this is something we could talk about at length, but to make it very simple, why have we tolerated for our whole history? And you can look back and see third-party candidates for as long as this country has been in existence. And especially in the 20th century, we can see a number of major examples: John Anderson, Ross Perot. There were a number actually before 1960. And yet, we still have a system where it's pick one or the other. In effect, our choices are limited to Democrat or Republican, regardless of what we really believe. I don't think that's right. And I don't understand how we have tolerated this for so long.